Hello, I'm One Tree. Today I'll teach you how to trim Mogra Jasmine. Let's go. Before discussing pruning techniques, we first need to understand why jasmine flowers need to be pruned. Firstly, jasmine has the characteristics of a vine plant, which can easily grow too scattered. Trimming can help shape it. Secondly, pruning jasmine can help it bloom more. Next, I will introduce the method of pruning jasmine flowers in summer. The first technique for summer pruning is to trim the remaining flowers. After the jasmine flower withers, if we don't prune it, it will continue to grow upwards and it will be difficult to bloom again. But if we prune the remaining flowers, the result will be completely different. We assume that these 3 flowers have already withered. Count down from these 3 flowers and prune the middle part between the first leaf node and the second leaf node. By pruning in this way, the remaining flowers will no longer consume nutrients, and all nutrients will flow back to the closest bud, to the pruning point, promoting the sprouting of new branches on both sides of the bud, which will bloom new flowers. What you see now is the appearance of new branches sprouting after pruning. We can see that this is the original pruning point. There are new branches on the left side of pruning point, and new flowers have bloomed above it. There are also new branches on the right side, which have also bloomed. This turns the original bouquet of new flowers into 2, which is the meaning of pruning. The second technique for summer pruning is to trim off the thin and weak branches, dead branches, and crossed branches at the bottom of the flower pot. This branch is a typical dead branch, which can affect the ventilation of the flower pot. Therefore, when we see a dead branch at the bottom, we must trim it like this. Secondly, if we find 2 branches crossing, we choose to trim the thinner and weaker branches because these branches generally do not form flower buds, and retaining them would waste nutrients. By pruning this, the ventilation of jasmine flowers will be better. Many people ask how to determine if a branch has died or not. The method is very simple. We gently remove the bark. If we find that the bark is dry and there is no green color after removal, we can confirm that the branch has died and can safely trim it off. But if we open the bark and find that it is green inside, it means that the branch is alive. Even if there are no leaves on the branch, it cannot be pruned. The third technique of pruning jasmine flowers in summer is to trim long and crooked branches. If a branch does not grow upwards but grows diagonally, how can we make the branch grow positively? We stuck our hands on the edge of the flower pot and remove upwards. When our fingers touch the branches, the position they touch is the trimming point. We can simply trim it off, abandoning the crooked branches. When new branches sprout, they will grow upwards. After discussing the pruning methods for summer, let's finally explain the techniques for pruning jasmine flowers in winter. When the temperature drops below 10 degrees Celsius, it is time to prune. Our purpose of pruning is to discard a large number of branches and preserve nutrients, so that more sprouts will sprout after spring. In winter, we need to trim the jasmine flowers into a flat surface. I have already trimmed this part, but we can continue to trim it flat as long as we keep a small number of branches, which will store a lot of nutrients for the Mogra jasmine. In winter, in addition to pruning the upper branches, we can also clean the bottom branches by removing some dead, weak, and intersecting branches. This can make the bottom of the flower pot more ventilated and prevent the occurrence of pests and diseases. The above is the operation for pruning Mogra jasmine in winter. Okay, it's all about how to trim Mogra jasmine. I'm One Tree. Goodbye.